Well, it's Westlife, World of Our Own on 2FM. It's Owen here. Hope you're very well. 51552 at RD2FM if you want to stop by and say hello. Now, he's gone outside his house to procure a better mobile telephone reception. Because I'm going to do the big overblown intro that I think he most certainly deserves. So hang on a sec. Mark, you ready for the big intro?
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay, we're live now, so you don't say the words we were saying.
Okay, don't say those words we were saying before we were live.
Okay, so I'll do the big intro and then you can come in. Like, this is the first time people have heard you, okay? Yeah? Yeah, cool. Okay, ready. Here we go. Long proclaimed as the most talented vocalist in the offensively successful Westlife, Marcus Feehily has been, by and large, something of a musical recluse these past few years. However, 2015 is set to be the year that this enigmatic, mellifluous vocalist rises from the musical ashes to reclaim his rightful place in the pantheon of pop. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Marcus Feehily!
Hello!
Hello!
Howie, that's a lot of big words there.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
but I wouldn't expect anything less from you.
Ah, well, listen. Well, I just am so delighted you've chosen our meagre, humble show to come on and have a chin waggle on. It's very nice.
Well, this is actually my first ever interview, kind of as I kind of emerge again into the world of music or whatever. And yeah, I can't think of any better show to have a chat to.
Woo! Not even the Nicky Byrne show.
I love the Nicky Byrne show as well. Don't you worry about that. There are other radio shows.
There's many wonderful. I'm only slagging. I'm only having a laugh.
Of course.
Now, for the first thing I would like to do is to clarify a rumour that was circulating on the worldwide interweb. There were photos of you, Marcus Feehily, in what appeared to be some form of now very delicious looking and very fantastic looking crepe van, a creperie van in Victoria Park.
I thought. Studio. No, yeah, absolutely, yeah. So I've got basically a side project that I've been involved in for the last while, and it's kind of basically a street food van. We bought an old, it's called a Citroen H van. It's like an old kind of 1950s French kind of working van.
Yeah.
And it was like literally in tatters, as I say. And we brought it completely refurbished it and catered it out with all sort of stuff that you need inside it for any sort of catered event. So bar mitzvahs and weddings and stuff like that. No, so the main thing we're actually going to be doing is, like, we've been kind of testing it out here and there, and the crepe thing was fantastic. We really had fun at the Winterville Festival in Victoria Park in London. It was really good. It was really successful for our first venture as well. But the main sort of thing is probably going to be more down the line of cocktails and Prosecco and maybe a bit of tapas and stuff at the music festivals in the summertime. So we're just kind of getting it up and running, and, little testers here and there and stuff like that. We actually, I'm going to do a little plug here because they were so nice to us with Bewley's. We serve Bewley's coffee in it as well. And because we wanted to kind of keep that Irish element in it or whatever, and it's going really well. It's fantastic. We've got loads and loads of interest, and we've actually already booked in a lot of the music festivals for this coming summer.
I can only assume
we're talking about doing some Irish ones as well.
That would be amazing, but I can only assume that you're not going to be like forever in the van. You're like Jon Favreau in Chef.
But you can tell me what you think about this, right? People were flabbergasted at the fact that I was in the van making crepes, and people were kind of, people kind of have this thing, he was in Westlife a few years ago, making tea or something. It's like it's my business. I love it, and anything I get involved in, whether it's music or this or anything else, I kind of get involved 110%. And I was absolutely in the van making crepes and stuff. I kind of have to be involved in stuff. It's kind of a bit painful sometimes, but I just kind of can't not be involved.
But Robert Sheehan who's in Love Hate.
Yes, I do indeed, yeah.
He's got a really trendy eatery out in Dalston in East London.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, Dalston's a cool. That's not too far away from where we were in Victoria Park. That sounds good. I didn't even know that,
Yeah, you should
so there you go.
But he's just a face of it. He doesn't do any work. You're in there. You're getting down and dirty.
No, I'm not going to be in the van all the time. It's called Old Street, by the way. Tweet Old Street on Twitter. But it's exciting. I love doing anything. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. I find it really interesting that people think it's mad that, your man from Westlife is in a van serving out food. But to me, it's just... No, not really. There's a few people. I mean, at these things, obviously people have a few drinks, and there's a couple of Irish people coming like, wait a minute, what are you doing in a van? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's all it's all lighthearted or whatever. But why not? I mean, I don't know. People sometimes probably have a bit of a misconstrued perception of people in the music industry that they kind of just sit on the couch and then go and play an arena and then go back home again. You know, I love being out and doing stuff, and it's creative, and you know, we had loads of fun designing the van, refurbishing it, and you know, I love festivals, so why not?
Yeah, absolutely. You are, as now we've said, the Irish Jon Favreau, so brilliant.
Right, okay.
although you're not simultaneously seeing Sofia Vergara and Scarlett Johansson, but you know.
I'm not. Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm definitely not.
You can't win them all. Now, pressing matters at hand, because like I said there, you have been the least visible member of Westlife since you guys disbanded.
Everyone thinks I just literally once again went back into the living room and sat down for the last 2 years. But you know, the thing is, just because people don't see you doesn't mean you're not doing anything. You know, I've been, you know, not too long after Westlife finished, I sort of went back into the studio, and I kind of just made the decision to completely start from scratch. Like the music that I would naturally say come out with as an individual is quite different to Westlife. It's not mentally different, and it's not like Bjork or anything, but you know, it's different. And so I just felt like I needed to completely start from scratch and just start writing songs, the type of songs that, like, I feel my voice sort of, you know, naturally completely sings by itself, you know.
Which is what, Mark?
And well, you know, like as a singer, I suppose it's very much soul and gospel and a little bit of R&B, but it's still pop music. It's just much more, you know, obviously when you're in a band or you're on a team, you know, there's more than one person. So
sure.
Now it's just me. Obviously everything is, I write everything just around my voice, or, you know, everything is kind of put together for me as a solo artist. And so it's kind of more, yeah, it's only me as opposed to me along with some other, you know, influences and ingredients as well. So that's why it's different, you know. But it's exciting. It's exciting to it was exciting to be able to go into the studio with no rule books and no formula, you know. That was the kind of most exciting thing. Always written songs like all the way through Westlife, but they just never really would have been sort of typical to Westlife. So I suppose that was kind of a lot of practice that I had through the years of just, you know, getting my songwriting together, and then all of a sudden I had a kind of reason to actually put it into action and make music with, you know, my love for songwriting. So yeah, that's kind of what's been happening over the last 2 years. And yeah, I've been in the studio a lot, you know. Obviously, you know, you kind of go in and you start writing songs and you just keep writing, and eventually sort of a style starts emerging. You know, when you play sort of 5 or 10 of the songs back to back, it's kind of like, oh, actually there is a style there now, you know. So I kind of didn't even realise what that was going to be 100% until I just went and done it.
And I read, I'm not big on throwing quotes back in people's faces and whatnot, but I did read a quote that you said in an interview, and it said, I tend to write more when I'm feeling down or when something bad happens, as it can be the only way to express myself. Is that, do you stand by that?
Yeah, I mean, the beauty of doing any sort of interview or whatever is that the exact sentence you say can just go in, and then that sentence is there forever or whatever. You know, like that is kind of, I mean, that does maybe sound a little bit morbid, but, you know, what I mean is, you know, like back in the day, a lot of people, you know, like blues music and gospel music or whatever, you know, it's kind of very expressive, and it's something that, it's kind of a genre where people are inspired when there's no words to say how you feel, so you kind of, you know, you sing it out or whatever. And you know, that's what a lot of soul singers and blues singers are about. And so when I kind of go, oh, that's a good idea for a song, or I really feel like writing a song, it's not when I'm kind of, you know, out with my friends having dinner and having a lovely time. I genuinely probably get a bit more inspired by sort of, you know, when things aren't going so well, or when something bad happens, and you know, sometimes there's no way to kind of say that, you know, to a friend or to whatever. So, you know, go in the studio and just kind of let it out in there. And that's kind of, yeah, I love doing that. That's kind of a lot of what music's about for me is, you know, I love how music just lets me just let it rip and let a bit of steam off, you know.
Emote, yeah. Well, Adele has said, actually, which I think is quite tongue-in-cheek, but typical of Adele, that her next album's going to be crap because she's really happy at the moment. That was good for her.
I know that's the weird thing. And I mean, you know, I kind of obviously always aspire to be happy in life or whatever, but then there is always that catch where many artists, you know, even people like Amy Winehouse and stuff, people used to speculate that, you know, certain people around her didn't want her to become happy and sort of, you know, be okay, because her songs come from the opposite kind of end of it, if you know what I mean. But
Yeah,
I think a lot of musicians are like that, you know. There's many stories of musicians who were very unhappy or depressed, and then they write the best music ever and everyone applauds them, and then all of a sudden it kind of puts a positive light on their bad situation. And sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not good, but yeah, for me it's been good. Yeah, I've kind of opened up a valve and just let off a bit of steam with this whole kind of new direction.
And here's a question for you. The gig you've announced in the Olympia is the 8th of March, and tickets go on sale tomorrow morning, 9 a.m, ticketmaster.ie. I can only assume they're going to be snapped up in moments.
Well, I mean, I honestly have no idea. Like, people kind of, even in the Westlife days, like right up until the very end, when people sort of started saying, "Oh, do you you've just got this, or you've just got this chart position, or you just sold out this gig." Like, I still used to find it very hard to believe that many people were going to like get in their cars on the other side of the country and drive up somewhere and stay in a hotel and come and actually just watch us, performing. There's probably a lot of people out there that actually can't believe it either. But
well, it'd be very hard to say.
But me as an individual, now that all the Westlife thing is kind of, it's kind of not there anymore. Like, I find it even harder to believe, so I'm really excited at the fact that, that the gig, I put a gig on in London as well, and the tickets are selling really, really well for that. And, like, even like when the first when the agent contacted me, was like, "Oh, within a few minutes, there's like so many tickets sold," or whatever. I was just like getting palpitations, because it's just, I still find it mad or whatever. But it's very exciting, very, very exciting. I'm really, like, the idea of playing a gig in Dublin, and the idea of everyone hearing all these songs that I've been writing, it's very daunting, but it's very, very exciting as well.
Well, that was the question, because it's kind of an unusual way to do it, in that you're doing the gig before you've released any music. So this is, in essence, a live debut of your music. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. Like, people aren't going to know the songs, and there could be some people there that love all the Westlife music, and it's different, and this is it's kind of living on the edge much more, and I'm willing to accept that not everyone might like it, but I'm hoping that some people will, and even there's possibly people that might have, say, kind of been a Westlife fan that might like it. It's exciting, because for the first time in sort of 15 years, there's no certain outcome, if you know what I mean. Like,
yeah.
Like, I don't know what people are going to think, and I know, like, at the Westlife gigs, if you put 10,000 Westlife fans in an arena and sing Westlife songs to them, they love it, and that was fantastic. But now I just don't know what, I'm kind of a completely new thing, but to me that's exciting, and that's something that I've enjoyed, if you know what I mean, since Westlife is finished, is that unknown kind of, that feeling of not knowing, what the song's going to come out like and what people are going to think of it. It's kind of makes you feel alive a little bit,
Yeah, no, it's exhilarating. It is exciting. And when finally, I won't keep you too much longer. You've been very grateful to give it your time. But what is the first in your head? When's the first release date for actual music beyond the gig?
Well, there's no official release date yet, but it's going to be very soon. I mean, my management put a thing on their Facebook site yesterday, and they used the words "very soon." So I feel like those are the words I should use now, because I don't know an actual date, and I won't get in trouble if I just say "very soon."
Very soon, but, yeah. We'll keep it loose in the ether.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there'd be a song out there around the time of the gig, if you know what I mean, as it
that's
the radio
soon.
stations.
Okay.
Whether they play it or not is a different story, but hopefully I can get at least one play from you now for.
At least one, and if you give me a voucher for a free crepe from your van, I'll give you 5. That's worth 5 plays.
Oh, we don't have any vouchers printed yet, but I'll write something on a piece of paper.
Yeah, brilliant. Listen, Mark, thanks a million for coming on. I'm really genuinely excited to hear what you're going to offer up for us, and I know that a lot of people have always said you're supremely talented and will be immensely curious and supportive.
No, listen, I'm like, there's been a lot of support, online or whatever, on the various social media sites, and yeah, that does mean a lot to me, especially at this stage, because like, it's just positive kind of energy. Like, people say, "I can't wait," or "I'm really excited," or "I've always loved your voice" and stuff. It's just that little bit that eggs me on and tells me to not be so scared or whatever. So I really appreciate all that, and hopefully when people hear it, they'll like it, and we can start a whole new party.
And if anybody listening wants to be present for the new chapter in the Marcus Feehily saga, tickets go on sale for the Olympia on the 8th of March, tomorrow morning, 9 a.m, ticketmaster.ie. Mark Us, that's a recent reincarnation, re-adding the Us.
Yeah, so there's a few people that are kind of saying X, Y, and Z about that, but I mean, well, first of all, my name on Twitter has been Marcus Feehily for about 7 or 8 years.
True point.
And secondly, it's my actual name, so it's like, it's not like I've changed it to something completely different, or changed it to like J-Lo or P Diddy or something. That, like, Marcus is my name, so it's on my birth certificate, my driving license, and my passport. So it's not really that mad, but maybe people will just take a few minutes to get used to it, but I'm not worried about that. It's just a name at the end. And to be honest, people can call me whatever they want. Call me Mark or Marcus or whatever they want.
Engelbert Cumbersnatch.
If that's what you want to call me, then that's fine.
Marcus Feehily, tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Be there, be square. People, Ticketmaster.ie. Thanks a million, dude. And like I say, look forward so much to hearing